Like, share, and subscribe. Well, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. If you want to make a lot of money trading a margin account, you just watch Grandpa. Grandpa sees the blinking, and the blinking will tell you where it's going to go. Sometimes it takes a while to get there. It's nothing fast in the blinking. The blinking is instant. That's what's nice about it. My pretty Japanese candles here that I look at, they're a lagging indicator, but the blinking is instant. You need to learn the blinking, clearly understand it, like Grandpa does. Currently, Grandpa is down $1,320 for the day. But we have blinking going on at currently at 227.70 area, and times 100 shares per blink, and it's going to pull us up eventually to the 227, 229 area. Might be Monday before it gets there, but it's going to go there in your future, in Grandpa's future. Grandpa will be a winner. I have a 221, just under 222 average currently, and Grandpa's going to be in the money. However, right now I'm down $1,550, and I'm hoping to get a fill down here and get some more shares. That's what Grandpa's hoping. And it looks like I might get my wish. She comes down here, gives Grandpa his fill. On the bottom side there, buying at the 212 range times 1. They're buying in advance, and they'll eventually activate them all. That's the way it goes. So Grandpa is patiently waiting, and we're doing live streaming. The whole deal here is you get to watch Grandpa live trade based solely on the blinking. I'm not using my candles to do my trades, although I will admit that I goofed around while it went up $3 and I got in a little high today. That's what happened to Grandpa early on. If you watch my previous live streams, you'll hear all about it. And I was adjusting my price ladder chart so it would be the way it is right now, where it's nice, even 5 increment numbers for Grandpa. And it took me so long that by the time I started doing anything, the price was already way up. So that Grandpa's goofy. I should have just bought my stuff and forgot it, but I didn't. And because at that point in time it was going up, up, up. Well, it went up to approximately 226.35 area, something like that. 226.34. And but I believe we're going to see 227 to 229 either today yet, or the way it's looking now. I think we're going to run sideways here. We are running sideways, and I think it'll probably be Monday before we bounce up there, but I think we will. Somebody was saying that Tesla's overbought now because we've gone up like 5 days in a row. And one thing you can expect is the unexpected. She'll either be 212 on Monday or 227 or 228. And probably both. that This is just the most fun stock in the world to trade. Not even, they like yesterday, they ran sideways for over 4 hours between the 216 and the 218. They literally ran sideways for a strong 4 hours, and that's no place to be trading. That's no place to be trading. Let's see, what is Grandpa at now? Oh, well, Grandpa's about $1,550 down currently for the day. And but according to my other deal, let's see, I should have 100,000, and I don't. I'm down about 1,800 from even, and I was up 1,000, over 1,000. So that's where we're at. That's reality. That's reality. Is Grandpa going to make it up to $1 million? That's the challenge. Or is he going to go to zero? Will Grandpa go to zero, or will he go to $1 million? This is it. This is the story that we sing. And today has not been the best of Grandpa's days in the trading world. However, Grandpa is going to be patient. What Grandpa's doing right now is I'm doing a little bit of averaging down, hopefully, if it would ever get to one of my places. There you can see it. I have a cell up here. You can see it right here. And I think she's going up and down in this area here. And if it goes up and down enough, and I can go in and out enough, that's the plan. And then Grandpa will have a lower average, and I'll work my way right out of this thing. Been here, done this before. And the blinking is still 227, 55, 60 area. 65, she's climbing a little bit. Yeah, right around that 227, 70 area. Times 1, she's scooping around. It's also, where else? She's down in the 212, 40, 50 area, buying. I think we're going to go up here a little bit. I think we're going to go up and take out Grandpa's 220.70 probably here fairly soon, and then I'm hoping to rebuy it for not much less. I'm hoping to re-get it at, I want to keep my share count up because I believe it's going to go to 227 by Monday or higher, and I want to have as many shares as possible when it gets there. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So, that's all I know about that. And I think I'm going to play some pan flute. I think I'm going to play some pan flute music. I like pan flute. Hallelujah is a good one. I used to have it on here all the time, and I'll tell you this. it oh, by George, there they are. So this is, I like this song. They're Peruvian pan flute players. Pan flute players is what they are, and they live. All the mountain people out there, a lot of them, they play pan flutes. We had a missionary come to our church from Peru, and they told us a lot about it, and I watch them on. I watch these missionaries play their pan flutes. So I'll play this song while we're waiting here, while Grandpa's making money. Grandpa knows how to make money. Don't even worry about it. Grandpa always makes money. You know why? I don't know why either. It's the blinking. The blinking is why Grandpa makes money. And besides that, I don't know. I think the Lord just wants me to do well, because I do. In reality, Grandpa makes a lot of money. That's a fact. Okay, so I'll let you listen to this Peruvian song by our missionaries. So these missionaries that came up to play the pan flute here, when they came up, they they told us all about the pan flute stuff. And anyway, the cute thing about the whole thing was he born and raised in Peru in the mountains, and I think they met, a young couple, and I think they met in Bible college, whatnot. I don't know, I can't remember for sure. But what were they ever a treat? They were fun to get to know a little bit. And they stay in contact with us at the church. But anyway, so he speaks the native language, obviously, because he was born there and raised there, and he speak. You know, they can also speak English, and his wife is not from Peru; she's American, and probably Peruvian too, for at this point. But anyway, her expertise was teaching the Peruvian language, Peruvian language. And the cutest part of it all was every time he'd start talking, uh, not in English, because we wanted him to speak some Peruvian. Grandpa had to have him speak Peruvian, obviously. You know how Grandpa is. So I'm having him speak Peruvian to me. And as he's talking, she's correcting his language. His He's not using proper language. He's grew up there, speaks the language, and his wife is correcting his language because she is a Peruvian teacher of the language, and she wants it done properly. And they were just the most fun. I'll tell you, I just really enjoyed that young couple. But I really got a bang out of her, and she was real serious about him speaking his language correctly. Oh, man. Uh, well, maybe the altitude got to him up there in the mountains, but I'll tell you, there's there's a lot of pan flute music. It's a real big thing down there in the mountains. Beautiful, beautiful area that they come from, and that's what they do down there. They sit in the mountains on the mountainside and they play the pan flute, and Grandpa likes that pan flute song. If you like pan flute song, let Grandpa know. You might want to go to Peru and listen to him live playing the pan flute. Let's see. Grandpa's adjusting some charts. I guess I could. Oh, we're dipping down. 227 is paused. Well, it's doing it. 227.15 is what it's doing, and no messages. I probably lost all my followers. If I did, I don't blame them. 214 is blinking times 1 sporadically. What is pulling us down here? Just under 212 is blinking, buying. She's going back and forth sideways. So what range are we trading in here? 219 to 221. $2 spread. Oh my goodness. And how long have we been doing this? Since about 11 o'clock. We've been in this channel right here. And what time is it now? We've been doing it for about 2 hours and 15 minutes in this channel. Between 219 and 221. That's what we're doing. It's like a replay of yesterday where they went for 4 hours between 216 and 218. Hey, they moved it up. Tomorrow in the afternoon, they'll probably trade, let's see. Well, if they did 216 to 218, and today they're doing 219 to 221, what's 19? They moved the bottoms, let's see, they moved it up $3. So 221, tomorrow they'll probably trade between 224 and 227, back and forth all afternoon. Wouldn't that be ironic? I'm not tomorrow, I mean Monday. Between 224 and 227 all day. After it goes up to 229, comes back down to 227, then down to 224, and then they'll go back and forth all day. Do I think that's going to be a possibility? Yeah, I do. But does Grandpa know that? No, that's just Grandpa's crazy opinion. Wonder if I'm live streaming. Does anybody know? Hey, if anybody's listening to me, text me and let me know if you can see that I'm moving my mouse and that Grandpa is really alive. Just say, yes, Grandpa, you're alive. And how far down is Grandpa now? $1,550 Grandpa's down today. Actually, more than that. But is Grandpa going to make money? You bet Grandpa's going to make money. Why is Grandpa going to make money? Well, because Grandpa sees the blinking and Grandpa knows stuff. What's Grandpa know? Grandpa knows it's going to go to 227 and 229. Why? Because the market makers shorted 229 times 4 for a long time today. It's a minor place of substance, and when we get there, it's going to bounce off of that area. They also were at 231 area times 1 at the same time. And that's how they pulled it up over 226 today, early on. However, they paused it. But will I see that 229 blinking again? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Grandpa will see it again. And when we do, it will be going up. And where is it going to go up to? 229. 227 to 229 is in our future. And Grandpa's going to make a lot of money. And then you'll say, oh, Grandpa's made a lot of money. I want to make a lot of money. Oh, well then learn the blinking. Eventually you'll learn the blinking. Everybody should learn the blinking. Why do you want to learn the blinking? So you can make a lot of money. You know, Grandpa makes a lot of money. It doesn't look like it today, does it? Oh, don't worry about Grandpa. Grandpa knows stuff. It's blinking at 228.20 times 1. That's 100 shares per blink, and it's doing it about 20 times a minute. It's also blinking at 212.25 area, 30 area, times 1. And that's what it's doing. Has 205 been blinking? Anybody know if 205's been blinking that knows how to read Grandpa's blinking? Has 205 been blinking at all? 205.15, 205.14. I'm going to watch that closer. I think they might have been doing a little bit of that. I'm not 100%. I haven't seen it. I looked at it earlier and I thought, man, are they blinking that thing? You know, because if they start blinking down at 205, and right now we're probably getting a green candle the way it looks, but if we start getting 212 is blinking times 1 and 216 simultaneously. If they pause the buying on the bottom side, this thing will go up like a rocket ship. Okay. Oh, Pastor Keith's going deer hunting again. Yeah, well, why? Well, I suppose he drives Matthew out there. You know, I told a story about Pastor Keith. He's not related to Bruce Lee. And he's not 5 feet tall. He's 6'5", at least, if not more. He's big man. And his son Matthew, I think is about 15 now, and he's just as big as he's bigger than his dad. I mean, these guys are built. But anyway, Pastor Keith's 6'5". I'm only 6'1.5". Everybody looks up to Pastor Keith just about for more than one reason. But uh, he he doesn't stand on a stool when he preaches. That's one of Grandpa's stories. Grandpa likes to tell stories, and I enjoy it. And I'll tell you what. I had some people in church. I told him, that this Pastor Keith might come sometime and preach. Possible. I don't know if he will ever or not, but and how he had to stand on a 2-foot high stairs so he could see over the pulpit. And they believe me. They believe everything I say because my son's the pastor. I don't know. I feel like this. You're not supposed to lie in church, but Grandpa isn't really. I'm telling a story. It's not. It's one of Grandpa's true stories. Well, Grandpa's true stories aren't usually too true. They're just stories that I enjoy telling. And someday I think I should probably go talk to those people. Well, I figure like this. When sometime if Pastor Keith ever comes up, and I'll introduce him, and they'll figure out for themselves that he's not really 5 feet tall. He's 6'5", if not more, probably 6'6" or 6'7". I don't know. Yeah, that Matthew, he shoots. Seems to me like he shoots all the deer every year, and Pastor Keith sits in the tree and gets to clean them. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe Pastor Keith shoots the deer once in a while. I'm not quite. My memory tells me that it's Matthew that's shooting all the deer. Uh, I suppose if you're napping when you're out there hunting, that's what Grandpa would do. I tell you what. Well, one of my earliest experiences of hunting deer was I sit in my pickup, and I was on my own place, just sitting in the pickup, and I could hear deer scraping. It's still dark out, and stuff, and the next thing I knew, I woke up and it was noon. Well, that was the end of that hunting career. And then here, where we live now, I was out in the back with the pickup, sitting in the pickup. And this is a true story. This ain't one of Grandpa's other true stories, like about where the guy's 5 foot tall. And so I'm sitting there, and I didn't have a bullet, but I did have a rifle. Pastor borrowed me his Russian rifle, and it's kind of about the size of a 30-06, a little bit smaller bullet than a 30-06. I don't know what numbers. I don't even do guns, but I'm sitting out there, and I even bought a deer license. Never shoot one, but I bought the license. So I'm sitting out there, and it's daybreak, and I got the gun out the window. I got the pickup running, and it's sitting there idling because it's cold out. And I got the window down in case I see a deer. Of course, nobody gave me, when they gave me the gun, they didn't give me any bullets. I mean, I didn't have one bullet, not one. I did get some another day, but I never shot anything anyway. Wasn't planning on shooting any, but they did give me some bullets eventually. Probably because I kept mentioning that I have the gun, but I don't have a bullet. Usually you should have at least, Even Barney had one bullet. You know, Barney, he had one bullet. I didn't even have one bullet. Maybe they don't trust me with a bullet. I never thought of that part. That's probably a real possibility. So I'm sitting in my pickup, right? I got the rifle sticking right out the window, about a foot or so, and I'm sitting there with the heater on, leaning back, thinking about taking a morning nap. And here comes a doe and walks right up to the pickup, and then the buck. I would venture to say he was beautiful. He was just magnificent. Probably a 10-pointer. I don't think he was a 12-pointer. And but anyway, he walks right up beside the doe, and they're standing 2 feet from the end of my barrel of my gun with their noses sniffing Grandpa. Now, Grandma seems to think that Grandpa smells good. She's always sniffing me. I'm scared to take a shower because she follows me around, sniffs me all the time, and then she tells me I smell good. I'm a little worried about Grandma. But anyway, that's a different story. But anyway, these deer, this buck and this doe, and the doe, she started eating grass right down below my barrel, as relaxed as can be, and they're standing there looking at me, and I'm staying still as I can, and they eventually went walking off. They didn't run away, they walk away from Grandpa. I don't think, maybe they knew I didn't have a bullet. Would I have shot him if I had a bullet? No, I don't think so. Grandpa, my grandpa, Hanson, he was a big-time deer hunter. I'll tell you, he went every year. He had all the gear, too. He had a complete suit. What do they call that? Coverall. I mean, it covered everything. His legs, his jacket, everything was orange. I mean, bright orange, and a big orange hat. And he'd go out in the woods early morning deer hunting. He had every rifle you could imagine, this guy, my grandpa. He was a hunter. He had all the hunting magazines. His dream was to go to Africa on a safari and shoot something. Who knows what he wanted to really shoot? I don't know. He played the accordion a lot. And we used to, Grandpa plays, I play the accordion too. But this is my grandpa. And he, on my mom's side. And he'd go out there in the woods, and they're buying at 2:14 evening times, 1. We're moving sideways. But anyway, he'd go out there and he'd sit under a tree in the woods. And he would he had a scope on his gun. I didn't even have a scope. But the deer would walk up within 10, 15 feet of him, and he'd be looking at him, and he'd watch the deer through his scope. Never, ever shot a shell. Ever. Never shot a deer. And that I know of for sure that he went hunting for 30 years, every year, bought a license, never shot a deer. His son, he got deer. He shot deer. And I think Grandpa ate deer, but he never shot one. And I think I might take after Grandpa, because I don't shoot deer either. But I get a license. I didn't get a license this year, because I don't know. It just ain't my thing. And I was over at a friend's place not long back, and when was it? Earlier this spring, I think. And we were out in his backyard, and a buck walked out of the woods and up within 30 feet of us. And he got kind of scared. And what's that crazy deer doing walking right up to us? It's a buck, and he's a big one. And he's walking come out of the woods and walking right at us. And I told the guy, I won't say his name, protect the innocent, but I told him, I says, deer like Grandpa. Because it's true. Deer just, they like me. I and they like them deer out when I was in the pickup. They sniffed me. I think they think Grandpa smells good. That's the only thing I could figure out. And they know I'm not going to hurt him, you know. But he walked right up within 30 feet of us and ate a little bit of grass, turned around, walked back out in the woods. We were just out walking around the guy's backyard. And that was, 20 miles from where I live. I was over there looking at his, he's going to showing me some work he's going to be doing on his place and stuff. And it's a friend of the family. So, blinking. Does anybody know anything about blinking? Well, Grandpa knows he's down. How far down am I? $2,000 I'm down from even, and I'm down. I'm actually down 3,000 because I was up 1,000. So that's what Grandpa's managed to do today. Don't look too good for Grandpa. Well, Pastor Keith is going a hunting. I better send him a smiley face. I'll tell him good luck, but good luck. I'll say have fun. Have fun. He will have fun. Him and Matthew have fun. They do. They go out camping and go fishing quite a bit. Those two, and yeah, his son Matthew is just a tremendous person. Grandpa likes them guys. He's a good young man. We need more of those in the world. I wish I would have been a good young man when I was young instead of such an idiot. Grandpa was an idiot when he was young. Oh, man. I don't even want to talk about it. 211.45 is buying. They've lowered it from 212, and that's obvious because we're going down. And we're pretty much almost completely paused on the shorting side on the top side right now. And she is going down. It looks like it's going to fill my stuff down here, which will be okay with Grandpa at this point. That is, I'm actually below the bottom of the range. I said 219 to 221, and I have a buy-in at 218.75 and one at, I hope I get them. I should probably move one to 219, but let's see, 218.50 and 218.75 is what I'm trying to get. What's the absolute low here? Right about 218.50. I'm going to leave them right where they're at. It'll either do it or it won't. But if it does it, then I'll sell them a buck higher and do Do the old average down deal. That's the plan, Stan. Oh, now my deal's out of sync again. I hate that one. This is how I got in trouble this morning. Trying to get my thing to go to even money. There, it wouldn't do it. Try again. Didn't do it. And I carried on doing that for about 3-4 minutes while the price went sky high. And I knew it was going sky high. And I wanted to buy. Well, I bought my other account quick, but I kept goofing around with that and didn't do it in this one. And so it booked me about $3 out of range. And by the time I bought, it was going the other way. And that's what I've lived with all day. Grandpa's got to be more efficient than that. You know, human error, being impulsive and human error is a lot of the reason that us traders fail. It isn't because the blinking doesn't work. It isn't because of this or that. It's because we're impulsive. We make mistakes, and we want things to happen quickly, and it happens quickly. Sometimes it happens real quick, but overall, if you have patience and wait for it to come to you, you're going to get it. And Grandpa was way too impulsive today. Once I lost my opportunity going up, I should have just let it go. But I jumped all over it. Once I got it to go to my even numbers that I'm so psychotic about. That's the problem. You're dealing with a psychotic person that has to have even numbers in order for him to buy a share. I'm lucky I had even numbers on my other computer on my real account. I'm doing very well in my other one. But I'm doing this challenge here where I'm going to go up to $1 million with the blinking. Or I'm going to go to zero. Is Grandpa going to lose the 100,000? What do you think? I don't know. Grandpa thinks he's going to $1 million. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, that won't be good for the blinking, I can tell you that. Other than that, it won't matter a whole lot. But if I'm right, and I can use the blinking entirely to go to $1 million from 100,000, then you're going to want to know the blinking. 214 they're buying at 214. Where else are they buying? Where are they selling? Well, they started selling a little bit again in the 227, just under 227 times 1. That we're going to see that 227. Don't you worry about it. I'm not talking that they're going to make it today there anymore. I think we're going to move sideways. But I am going to get crazy here. I want to get shares. Is it gonna get to Grandpa's? Oh man, what should I do? Because I want to get some more shares before it runs back up $1 or $2. And if I don't get them, I won't have them. On the other hand, she could keep right on sailing downward. I should have probably done that a little sooner. we'll see here shortly. I want to get some while it's down here because I want to lower my average a little at a time because then I'll make more when it goes to 227. That's why. And I think we're bottoming out. 219 is, she's been going between, and I'm under 219 just a little. She's been running at 219 to 221 since, what time again? Let me look. Since right around 11 o'clock. And it's now 1:45. Yeah, I'm getting hungry just thinking about past the key shooting all those deer. That's what I'm doing. I like to eat stuff. I just don't like to shoot it. I took Grandma deer hunting one time. She never got a deer either. But it wasn't for lack of trying. She shot a combine. She shot the spout of a combine. Grandma did. I think she did. If I remember right. Yeah, I mean, this is many, many years ago. I let her out to go get that deer, and it was a combine. It looked like a deer. Okay, I got a fill. So what did I fill at? I think I filled at 218.90. So I'm going to back this one off to 70 because I'm psychotic. And I like sevens. So 90. So we'll just do 219.50. Take a little bit, and we'll see what happens here. We are going sideways down here. We will see. And if I get that, we'll try for 219 even. I don't even know if I'll get 219.50 at this rate. She is coming down to my 218.70. That's what she's doing. And that's fine. Grandpa is really out of it. Up, down almost $2,000. Wow. Yeah, the blinking works. Don't even worry about it. The blinking works. It's Grandpa that's got a problem. Okay, so currently on the blinking, we got a little bit going on in the 211 range on the buying side, and we don't have anything going on the shorting side. Well, we do. Yep, 226.50 times 1 is blinking. It's so high up on the screen, I gotta lay back and look at the ceiling to see it. Yeah, 226.60 started blinking. She might pull us up. If she starts climbing the ladder, Grandpa might luck out. However, I'm not sure. So we will see. We will see. We will see. That's what we're doing. We're seeing. Will it or won't it? 226.60. 227 on Monday is our number. 227. And when it gets to 227, Grandpa will be up thousands. Don't worry about Grandpa. Grandpa knows stuff. It isn't the way it should have been done, but it's the way Grandpa did it. So I think I might have seen some blinking in the 237 area. I'm going to check a few things here. And you're listening to Grandpa Trade Live. We're going to see if Grandpa can go to 1,000,000 or if he's going to go to zero. Started with 100,000 and we're currently down a little today. Yesterday we were up. Today we're down. But we're watching the blinking, and Grandpa's going by the blinking, albeit I haven't done it perfectly by no means, that's for sure. Yeah, there's a good possibility of this thing going in that 216 area, 217 today. Grandpa should probably lower his deal down to 218. Really, I should follow my advice. I think I'm going to. Because I keep saying it's going to probably go to 217 or 218 today in reality, and I don't have any buys down there. So I'll put one down there. So now we're ranged between 219.50 and 218. That's a $1.50 range, 75, and it's right in the middle of both of them. Which one's going to hit first? The 218 or the 219.50? Well, for Grandpa's sake, I hope it's the 219.50. That way I can buy more down below. But on the other hand, it looks, if you look at my candles, let's look at my candles once. It looks to Grandpa like we're going down, down, down to 217 before it goes to 227 tomorrow. So we'll look at the 15-minute chart. Absolute beautiful sell signal with a little bull flag, and we're off to the races again going down. She is pretty. She is a sell signal. And why is Grandpa on the wrong side of this thing? Oh, I don't know. Probably because it's going to go to 227 to 229 on Monday. Okay. What do we got going here? This is the 30-minute chart. Beautiful. It's not as beautiful as the 15-minute, but it is absolutely a sell signal. The hourly is a beautiful sell signal, and that's a strong chart. Absolutely. And here, right in the 217 area is where I should have my buy, because that's probably where it's going. Looking at the hourly, I'm going to move that thing. I'm going to go with my 217 because that's what I'm seeing. And we ain't doing no blinking on the top side. She's paused. This thing is coming down hard. So we'll do that. Now we're down at 217. Grandpa finally relented. I'll tell you, Grandpa's very stubborn sometimes. To the 9th degree. I'm hoping it goes up and takes out my 219.50 so I can get more down at 217 area. That's what I'm hoping. 214 is blinking times 1 still. 211 is blinking times 1, and that's what's pulling us down. The 226.60 quit blinking. It's paused, and she's just going straight down. Oh, I was going through candles. Okay, my pretty Japanese candles. The 4-hour chart is still a buy signal. Imagine that. How old is this little red candle? Little red riding a candle. Oh man, let me figure this out. Grandpa, I gotta figure it out. Okay, 9 to 1. 1, this candle started at 1, and it is almost an hour old. This candle needs to be almost 3 hours old before we even know what color it is. But anyway, regardless, we're still in a buy signal in 4 hour. That tells Grandpa is a very good chance that we are going to go to 227 and 229 also. And here we have a beautiful, this thing is going to be green for the day. Nice candle. Tells Grandpa we've got a reversal. Oh, we could see 280 before it's over. I don't think we're going to. I think we're going to see 227 and 229 tomorrow, though, or Monday. Hey, let's look at the weekly and see what we got going. So in the weekly, we have a sell signal. And that sell signal could easily bring us down to the 101.03 where they were buying this morning pre-market, and where they were buying at 101.07 several days back till 8 o'clock at night, 500 shares of Blink sporadically. Yepper. I believe 101 is in our future. 101. Went down to 101.81 not that long back. And then all the way to 300. And now she's going to go there again. But I don't think it's going to go there maybe until January. But, Grandpa don't know. I'm under the assumption that we might see 280 before we see 101. But with what's going on in our world, I just don't know. And all I know is it's going to go to 280 for sure and 184.50 because that's a minor place of substance. 184.50. 190 is a strong place of substance. It's a place somewhere between 184.50 and 190 you want to buy shares if you have a cash account. And buy a few there. Buy where the market makers buy, and then wait till it gets above at least 269. Don't sell before then if you're doing cash. Unless you're just trying to go in and out and improve your position slightly. But don't just do a little at a time. Don't give them all your shares in case it runs on you. Because eventually it will run, and when it runs up, you won't get back in. That's the way they operate. The market makers. We're playing against the best computer in the world, one of the best that they have set up, and it's designed to take our money. And it doesn't make human errors like Grandpa does. Grandpa makes human errors. It just doesn't do that. And I might get a fill here. It's possible. And it's a rough way to make money, I can tell you that. But Grandpa will deal with it. I hope I do get it. We got it. What chart? I'm in the weekly chart. I'm an airhead. Let me put it in a 5-minute chart. I figured we were getting green candles because it's up there. So she's running up. Okay, now I'm going to hope I can snag 219. Hopefully. Um, and I think it probably will, but okay, so blinking, what's pulling us up? First of all the buying on the bottom side is paused. 214 paused, 211 paused. Oh, 214's blinking a little bit. On the selling side, 227.25 is shorting. Imagine that. 227.25, just where it's going to be on Monday, possibly after hours today. Man, I made a killing last night. I sold a bunch in my real account yesterday, and I got them all back down in the 214 range. Just made a killing. And after hours, I seen some stuff after as I was watching the blinking that I thought this thing's gonna dip. It's gonna take a. They're gonna bring it down. And after hours, I was watching the blinking, and sure enough, them little buggers did it. They brought it actually down to 212 last night, and after hours. And so I snagged all those shares and improved myself it a lot. So I look like a genius in my other accounts. I got, Grandpa shouldn't play more than one account with the brain power that Grandpa's got, but I do it anyway. But I didn't do the one I'm trading right now live for you guys justice today. I'm a little bit perturbed with Grandpa. I might talk to Grandpa about it. Grandpa, I'm a little perturbed with your paying attention to stuff when you're supposed to be teaching people about the blinking, and then you neglect to get your shares when you're supposed to, and you do impulsive things sometimes. Quit doing that, Grandpa. Okay, I will. No, Grandpa says he's going to quit doing that. No, yeah, right. Grandpa, I like to talk about having the importance of having patience. I preach it. But Grandpa lacks patience in a lot of areas. And that's the truth. Let's see, where are we blinking? 227.50 is blinking times 1. That's 100 shares per blink. And that's pulling us up currently. 212.55 times 1. 212 times 1, I should say, is blinking just slowly. Right now she's heading up, but Grandpa might not get his 219. But she's running between this area here. The 221 to 219, the $2 area is she's been in it since 11 o'clock. And it's 2 o'clock, so that means it's been in it for 3 hours. Hey, you know what? It's Grandpa's break time. You lucked out. Yes. What time is it? Grandpa's break time. That's what time it is. Grandpa's got to go to the bathroom. So what I'm going to do is I'll come back at 2:30. I'll come back at 2:30 and we'll try this again, and I'll just leave everything here and we'll come back at 2:30 and do it again. Okay, all good things are from the Lord. Pray for Grandpa. He's way down today, and he needs lots of help. Don't worry. Grandpa sees the blinking, and I I I see it clearly. And the blinking telling Grandpa that we're going to go to 227 to 229 in our very near future. Maybe not today, but in our very near future. And I ain't giving my shares away till we get there. Okay, I'll be back at what time? 2:30. Bye-bye. See you then.